Hey YouTube family, how you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while. I've been busy. Final exam week at school and I've been gigging every weekend. So, and I still haven't gotten my Music Man AX20 back. I have decided to do something with the body. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'll show you that in good time. But right now, I'm working on something else. Let me show you what's going on. All right. I'm going to apologize right off the bat because I lost the first part of this video. But basically, there was nothing to it. I just basically removed the strings and took the control plate apart. So basically, this is my buddy Arnie's M-Musi. He's a fan of M-Musi too. Actually, he's the bass player in the trio group that we're in. So, but he's also a guitar player. He's been kind of doing some mods of his own. And basically, two things. He doesn't like these ashtray bridges. His style of playing, it kind of gets in the way of his hand, so he wants to get rid of this bridge. I think I might install a nice Babix full contact bridge for him because I got a couple here. And he had tried to, this is the original pickup in the neck, but he had tried to wire in the Seymour Duncan kind of hot rail style humbucking telly pickup to this push-pull pot, and his soldering iron wasn't working right, and he told me he made a mess of it, and he just asked me if I could, you know, fix it and wire it up so that he can split it, and I told him I'd give him a hand. I'd do my best, but I've never wired one of those before. I just, you know, my tellies, all these tellies, except for the M-Musi, you know, the green one there, they don't have push-pull pots. They just, I just run them straight, you know, neck, bridge, and volume. Sometimes I bypass the tone totally and just rock and roll. That's all I need. 3 tones is lots for me. And, you know, you guys have heard me play. I struggle enough with 3 tones. If I have more than that, I don't know, you know, I get lost. So I'm going to try and figure out what these wires do and how to wire those on this pot. He gave me a schematic for this pickup, so I hope it's accurate because I'm going to try and follow it and then try and, you know, figure out how to wire that to that switch, and then to these wires are just for the output jack. And this wire right here, that's the live wire from the neck pickup, and then this black wire is just a ground from the neck pickup. And there was a ground wire in here that Arnie ran to underneath the bridge, but it was kind of a big beefy wire, and it was like there are 4 wires in one, you know, and he had just split one. And anyway, so I got rid of that. I'm going to install something else in there. So firstly, you know, if you're worried about the finish of your guitar, just get a piece of cardboard, cut out an opening, and then you can use that as a kind of an operating table. Tape it down so it doesn't move. So there, ready for surgery. You've got all these wires. You can throw your components on top of the cardboard, and you don't have to worry about the finish on your guitar. And this was just there because I was moving this pickup around. Wanted to see how much wire I had, so, but you won't need this once it's installed. All right, so firstly, we're going to get another bridge and see how it fits on this guitar. All right, so I have this Babix bridge here that I'd taken off one of my guitars to put an ashtray bridge on, coincidentally. So I'll put this on the M-Musi. I know they fit. I've had one on a M-Musi before, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I got all the hardware to go with it. All right, so just know if you're going to install a Babix bridge, you have to take all these saddles out to screw it in. The base plate screw holes are hidden by the saddles, because this is a full contact bridge, meaning the saddles never lose contact with the base plate. They're flat and they sit directly on the base plate, and this cam rotates the height of the string. So anyway, is it better? I don't know. But that's how they're designed. I'm just going to install a wire, like a ground wire, so I can run run it through there before I affix this base plate to the body. And now I'm just going to make an access hole for the ground wire. So basically, you know, it just needs to touch the back of the bridge plate, and the bridge plate's going to be over here like this. So I'm going to run this ground wire here. See, make sure you can see that. I'm going to make sure it runs like along the bottom of the cavity so it doesn't interfere with the bottom of this pickup. And then I'm just going to drill a little hole right here so that the wire, the bare wire, can come up through the hole and then rest on the bottom here. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so here's what it looks like when it's done. So yeah, so you just drill that little hole on an angle inside your cavity, and you're always going to have a bridge on top of your body. So one extra little hole here is not going to mess anything up, and you don't have to worry about tone because that's not going to affect it. So the wire comes in, I run it down along the corner, right? Press it in, comes up the wall and through, and then I will, you know, flare out like the individual strands so that they kind of spread out and it's not like a lump underneath the bridge. So the bridge plate's installed, everything lines up perfectly with these M-Musis, and you know, these American or Chinese bridges, doesn't matter if they're 4-hole, they fit perfectly. So I'm going to install these saddles now, and I'm going to get a measuring tape, and I'm just going to get a rough measurement from the nut, which you guys can't see in the picture, but from the bottom of the nut to the saddle, and I'm going to roughly set the intonation length. All right, so that's done. So I have 25.5 exactly, and then I staggered these. It'll give me an idea anyway of where we're at to start. So now we got to wire this pickup in, and I got this to go with. The coil splitting, it basically says the black goes to the 3-way selector switch, red and white is tied off and goes to the center lug on the left side, and the green and the bare are grounded to the bottom of the pot. So that looks pretty easy. Anyway, so let's try that then. All right, got my black. White. Let's twist these together and start soldering them in place. All right, you know the old saying, measure twice, cut once? Well, we're going to check twice, solder once. So, coil splitting, red-green wire, center lug on the left. Red-green wire, center lug on the left. Right, let's do this. All right, that's a super nice solder joint. If I do say so myself. All right, let's put that back there like that. All right, we got two. Now it says green and bare wire goes to the bottom of the pot, and from there it looks like it goes to the bottom lug as well. So, all right, let's do that. Okay. So I have the red and white wire to this center lug. And then I have this jumper wire that goes from the bottom lug here to this switch lug where the green and bare wire are soldered to. But then you can't bend this back and touch the pot. So I just ran this black wire goes through the bottom here, through this lug with the green and bare, and all the way up here to the top of the switch where it's grounded. So that should complete that circuit. Now I just have to mount everything and wire the switch and output jack. All right, so now I got the plate reinstalled with all the components, and I still got a bunch of wires to solder. So this is the ground for the bridge pickup, and this is the ground for the bridge plate. This is the live for the Seymour Duncan. That's going to go over here on the switch, and then this connects, the tone to the volume, and then I have the ground and the live from the output jack. All right, well, it's kind of a mess in there, but I wired everything like a normal Telecaster would be. The only thing I did different was, wire in a split shaft based on the instructions that Seymour Duncan gave on that sheet. All right, well, plugged in. Everything works. I just don't know if this is splitting is the only thing. So I have, the switch is in the bridge position here, and definitely working. Both coils are on, and this one's not. And then if I go to the neck is on, and this one's not. If I go to the middle, both are on. So that's it. Now if I go to the bridge again and pull the coil, oh yeah, one of the coils is way quieter in volume. So check this out. So if I push the coil in, they have the same volume. Then if I pull this out, split the coil, you have the big snappy tone and then barely on. So everything works. All right, just have to restring and test this sucker out. I'm just finishing up adjusting the action. And man, one thing about these Babix bridges, it's sure easy to set the action on these things. So one screw, this one, unlocks the cam, and then the screw next to it adjusts the height of the cam, which therefore adjusts your action. You never have the problem with saddle height screws digging in your hand, or having to grind the saddle height screws down, or buying a different set like these. So these are fantastic for that. But there's some negatives to these bridges too. Like anytime you want to check your pickup, you got to pull all these saddles out. It's kind of annoying. But then another positive is once your intonation is set, you have these small screws, these tiny little screws here that actually screw into the fork on the front of the saddle, and it screws right into the bridge plate. So this never moves. So when you do string changes and stuff, you don't have to worry about, hitting your saddle or throwing it out of alignment or whatever. Like it just, once it's screwed in place, you're done. So it's like a set it and forget it type deal. So it's pretty cool. Let me see if I can get you a shot of this. Watch that little string. You can watch that cam rotate. See that string dropping in height? Really cool. So now, I'm going to double check that. It's pretty much done, I guess. So there's the bridge. It's the intonated bridge. That new pickup. Push pull. Original tone, original switch, original neck pickup. Action's pretty nice and low. So, let's rock and roll. All right, let's check this thing out. Just to check the tuning, make sure it's still tuned from the bench. Should be good. All right, and I am using the iPad, and as you know, and as I've said before, the mic on the iPad kind of sucks. It just doesn't do justice to the sound in the room. So hopefully this will come out, you know, fairly accurate for you, but I don't know. All right, so tuner's off. Here we go. Wow, it's dead quiet. Like there's no noise, and the amp is like right there, right next to the mic. Wow. All right, so here we go. Oh. Big tone, nice bitey mids. I like it. Holy smokes, this is pretty cool, Arnie. Pretty cool. All right, let's try the pull. What happens with the pull? So let's see here. Oh yeah, it gets a little brighter. Obviously a little drop in volume. Still nice though. Cool. Push it in. I like that. I like that pushed in tone. Let's try some drive. Middle. Neck. So that's good. Even though it's like a humbucker, it doesn't overpower the stock M-Musi neck, which I think is a great sounding pickup. I'm gonna increase the height of it just a bit. There we go. Try some high gain stuff. cool. Sammer Duncan and Babix. Cool combination for an M-Musi guitar. Probably that bridge and that pickup is as much as this whole guitar stock. Anyway, cool upgrade. I like it. You guys take care. God bless. Thanks for watching. And Arnie, your guitar is ready. See you, buddy.